your average Joe named Nick going live from Piermont. Piermont, New York. And we'll see how it goes today. Right? I'll switch it around. We got the farmers market going on. Did you go over there?
Yeah.
Right? This is it's genocide, right?
I mean, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That whole part of the world.
Well, yeah. Well, you got to go back to 1897 when the Zionists first came up with the concept of taking. Before that, everybody thinks that that region of the world was in turmoil. It wasn't. Really not.
No, they exist with each other.
Yeah. It's the Zionists, and it's that whole movement.
The whole thing with Ukraine, that we get all the aid we give to Ukraine, it's like enough of that shit.
Right, it's a proxy war. That's why I have my war is not the answer.
Everyone's like, support Ukraine. We don't have to be worrying about that anymore,
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. You got it's the involvement of the military-industrial complex.
Yeah. Yep.
The neocons, forget them, and that's both.
Oh yeah, they're on both sides.
Yeah, and most neocons are Zionists. As a matter of fact, all.
Oh
of them.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
I remember that. I'm not. I remember when you put that out. I'm definitely not Democrat. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Democrat, Republican. It doesn't.
Yeah.
These days, it hardly matters when it comes to Zionism because they're both Zionists.
Oh yeah. It's a big one.
Jill Stein is probably one of the best. She's running as an independent.
What is she, like the Green Party or something?
Yes, that's what I think it is. I voted for her twice. She runs a lot.
Yeah, I don't really know much about her.
Yeah, but she's definitely anti-war.
Yeah.
And she's not a Zionist.
Yeah.
But it's funny. You don't have to be Jewish to be a Zionist. There's a lot of Christian Zionists.
Yeah, that's true.
And not all Jewish people are Zionists.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, yeah, a lot of people have that misperception that they are.
Yes. Well, they make it so.
Yeah, they make it so.
Yeah. But like I said, if you go back
from Israel, you are. It's like kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, that's how they do. They try to conflate Judaism with Zionism. But if you're a non-Zionist Jew, you're still a Jew, and you're still have Judaism.
Yeah.
So it's not like that. It's the same thing with the Christians. If you're not a non-Zionist Christian, you still have Christianity.
Right.
It doesn't make but they try to conflate it like, if you're a Jewish, you're a Zionist, because they call it the Jewish state, which a lot of Jewish people, they get upset because why should they represent them?
Yeah.
Why? Well, it's like
it's almost like it's not a race.
Yeah. It's like if we had a Christian state.
Yeah.
And then they say that this is our Christian state, represents all Christians.
I like to hear about people believing all things. This nation should be a Christian nation, and people that think that and all that.
Yeah, and it really wasn't, right? The United States is just like Israel. It was a colonial settler enterprise. But the only thing is that was 400 years ago. We can't do nothing about it now.
Yeah, you can't do that.
We can give the Native Americans reparations, but the Palestinians have their deeds and they have their keys to their homes.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference. Oh yeah.
Good, thank you.
All right, yeah, thank you. Take care. All right, well, that was nice. Just before that, some girl tried to steal my sign. I was across the street talking to my pal over there, Maru, at the flea market, not the flea market, the farmer's market. But yeah, we'll see what happens today. And another guy just passed with me. What did he say? Something about I'm Her Israel, whatever that means. I guess for Israel. Mostly he was probably a displaced settler from the north. Well, here we have Confetti's over here. That's a good restaurant. Yeah, Piermont's a pretty happening place. We got the Like I said, the farmers market going on. It's pretty big. And let's see. I usually stand over there, but it's too sunny. It doesn't get shaded until about 2:30. How you doing? All right. All right, free Palestine. Yeah, well, there's my signs over there. War is not the answer. And this is the one that somebody tried to take. And she kept saying, it's not a genocide. Educate yourself. Yeah. Well, most people, all they got to do is turn on the news and they'll educate themselves in the other way. Zionist controlled narrative. Hey guys, how's it going? Right? Free Palestine. It's a genocide. But today I actually wanted to call this. I was going to have a theme. At least that's what I was thinking of. And it's pretty much why I do this. You know, why I take a stand. On many issues, but the war is not the answer. Of course, nor is genocide. But I do it actually for the soldiers. Hey, how you doing? Right? It's a genocide. Yeah. My pop was a World War II vet. He came over from Italy when he was like 11, and even before he was 18, he signed up for the Marines. And he was in boot camp. You know, when he graduated, he was 18. And they sent him to the South Pacific because he was too fresh out of Italy to send him to the European theater. But anyway, well, he was a combat vet. And like a lot of World War II vets, he had post-traumatic stress disorder. How you guys doing? All right, all right. And all my life, I've seen.
I just want to say,
yes.
Free Palestine from Hamas. From
What's
Hamas.
that? You want to put that on my head?
No, I mean I could put it on your head if you want, but
okay,
you could look.
Can I be what do you call it? A volunteer Jew for the day?
Free Palestine
Yes.
from Hamas.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you want to free.
If we don't be recorded.
If you want to free Palestine, if you want to get rid of Hamas, get rid of Zionism.
I don't agree.
Yeah, we'll go back to 1897.
Can I just ask why?
What?
Yeah.
What was your question?
I'm just. It's fine. It's fine.
No,
I just like to ask why getting rid of Zionists would help.
Because then there wouldn't be a Hamas. Because Zionists, the biggest lie the Zionists ever told. Here, maybe your son. Is that your son?
Yeah, I don't really want him videotaped.
It's fine.
Okay, but you know, it's in public. You have, you know, it doesn't matter.
If getting rid of Zionists
Yes.
would get rid of Hamas, are you
The
saying
war
that
is
the
not
only
the answer.
Are you saying that Hamas is the only reason that there's a Hamas is to get rid of Zionists, to get rid of the state of Israel?
Basically, yeah. Well, what I am is a non-Zionist.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the state of Israel. And you don't have to be Christian, you don't have to be anything.
No, I
Muslim and many Jews don't believe in the state of Israel.
Yeah, it's not a good
And
thing.
do you like those guys, that your Jewish friends that are not Zionists?
We love all Jews. We don't agree with everything that they do.
But do you love all Christians?
We love all people.
That's right. Me too. I love all
Everybody's
people. And I love Zionists, but the only thing is I don't like their ideology. It's just like the Crusades back during the day. I think if I was a Christian back then, I would try to fight that. Same thing with slave days. my wife happens to be someone of color, but I hope that I would be brave enough way back then during slave times that I would be an abolitionist.
It's great.
That's all. But yeah,
Listen,
much love to you guys. Shalom.
We all want peace. We just say,
That's
free
right.
Palestine from Hamas.
Right, but I'm just saying.
From Hamas. That's
Right,
They're
right.
the ones that are causing
You guys, are you guys Zionists?
Don't film us.
I can. All right. That's it? You're going to get vulgar? Yeah.
Obviously, what I'm just saying is that
Go ahead. Just say your piece, and I
the
won't
only
interrupt.
reason that Hamas exists is to get rid of Israel, then I don't see why people stand up for that.
Okay.
We should be
All
able
right.
to
That's
live in peace. Israel
yes.
is the only it's the only place where Jews can live freely.
okay. Well, you can read freely here.
You're calling for the destruction of the Jews.
I have Jewish friends, and they're pretty free. All right. Watch the call. Watch the call.
You can only get one.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Have a nice day.
All right. You too. God bless. Shalom. Shabbat shalom. Yeah. A lot of people are very passionate about that, and I could see why. Oh my God, they actually said it. They said that it's the only place a Jew can live freely. Oh my God, what a misnomer that is. But anyway, getting back to my subject, my father was a World War II vet, and he suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. And so as a young man, or a young kid actually growing up, I had to visit my father in veterans homes, veterans hospitals, sometimes the mental ward, he'd have breakdowns and everything. But my whole teenage years and young childhood, I saw what war does to the vets and inadvertently to their families. So I just have, I guess I developed a natural aversion towards war, and I don't believe that any war is justified. And it's probably not. If you think about it, you think about the military-industrial complex and the money that's made off of it. Well, if you look at it from that angle, you'll probably agree with me. And the reasons for all wars. It's mostly greed. But anyway, yeah, so, as a child seeing that, and my father eventually passed away, and he was in a veterans home in Menlo Park, New Jersey. But like I said, I got to see a lot of vets. And back in the day, in the 60s, when my father was going through a lot of stuff, with my mom, the six children were involved. And a lot of World War II vets would come up to me and say things, trying to console me and things like that. How bad combat is, and how bad war is, and what people go through. And yeah, and like I said, as a child, I seen veterans all busted up, and missing limbs, post-traumatic stress disorder, and also it carried on because my father was in and out of veterans homes, veterans hospitals, and it went from there was some Korean War veterans, then it was the Vietnam veterans, and then eventually it was the Iraqi or Gulf War veterans. And in that theater they used depleted uranium, and boy did that screw up a lot of the vets. In Vietnam it was Agent Orange. So war is not a glorious thing that they make it out to be. It's not glorious at all. And the aftermath of war is definitely not. So that's kind of why I stand out here. It's because, mostly I do it for the veterans, but I mean, where's your humanity if you can't see what's going on in Palestine and right now in the Gaza Strip. But okay, that's why I'm out here, and that's what I'll title this live stream: Why I Stand. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Right, free Palestine. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Everybody's complaining. I support you.
I appreciate that. We have a lot of support, believe it or not.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, but people are afraid. They dox them. Look what happens to the college students. They get doxxed and then they're threatened with a ruined career. Many people here in hushed tones, they support me, but their jobs are on the line.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a real estate agent. Yeah, people won't hire me.
That I know.
But
I
I
know.
don't care.
Yes.
I don't care.
You don't know until you go up against them what you're up against.
I don't care. They want to take us over. You know?
Yeah, I was talking to his son.
Make sure you vote for John McGowan.
Yeah, I was thinking of Jill Stein. I don't know, but I did vote for Trump twice. But
Me too. Vote for him again.
all right, have a good one. Oh, McGowan is running here in Rockland County. Oh, Orange County. All right. Okay. All right. God bless. See, there's a lot of people, but they're scared, and you really can't speak out. If you're working, you want to keep your job. It's almost like how COVID was with the mandates. So actually, what they're doing is they're pseudily mandating.
What's the most interesting conversation you've had all day?
I don't know. I guess you guys,
Wow, that was great.
but also there's people who support.
FCNL is.
I don't know. That was back from the Iraq days, so I don't know.
It looks like.
It's old. I think it's something to do with the Fellowship of Reconciliation. I think.
When I was 18, my parents wanted me to be a conscientious objector, and the rabbi we had at the time had been a leader in that movement.
Yeah.
Their experience was Vietnam and the seeming pointlessness of the war.
Right. I was just talking about that. Why I stand.
Yeah,
My
and-
father's a World War II combat vet.
Father's a World War II combat vet.
Well, he passed away, but I'm
Well, I guess
70
he's pretty
now.
old at this point.
So I've seen a lot because he had post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, and I've been in and out of veterans' homes basically all my life until he passed away. And I see the terrible side of war. And like now, they're calling for war with Iran, but they did that after 9/11 too. But no, you speak your piece. I talk all the time.
I mean, it's a perfect time to look at it. You could see the comparisons between 9/11 and October 7th. How many people died in 9/11? What, 3,000?
Right,
How many people died in October 7th?
right.
Also 3,000.
And if you're talking to a guy that actually believes 9/11 was an inside job, and also there's a lot of Israelis that I talk to. Oh, you're not Israeli, are you? No. But there's a lot of Israelis that believe it's what they call a lie hop, let it happen on purpose. I don't know how many
Yeah, they said the
Israelis.
same thing about FDR and Pearl Harbor.
But I'm getting this from IDF soldiers
Yeah.
because doing what I'm doing, of course you could see you guys are confronting me or challenging me or wanting to have a
I
conversation with
haven't
me.
done either one yet. You haven't gotten to that point yet.
Okay, but yeah, go ahead and
Can I ask why you guys call it a genocide?
because it's genocide. The ICCJ, the
Why?
ICJ.
Because there's a lot of people dying in Gaza.
Yeah, basically, if you do, just Google the definition of genocide and it
If you
fits.
look at the numbers, then the numbers that Gaza has provided, they're like 50,000 people have died. But if you look at the numbers that Israel has provided, it said 20,000 people have died.
Right,
How do you
yeah.
think they have that big?
And yeah, that's my question. How is that?
I'll tell you. At
Why
least
is
the
there
way-
such a discrepancy?
I'll tell you at least the way that we look at it. After one specific battle, Gaza reported 5,000 deaths, and Israel only reported 500. Do you
Right.
think that Gaza's boosting the numbers?
No, I think that Israel fudges numbers, and it's very hard for me to believe anything Israel says,
I mean,
especially after coming off of that whole thing with
I happen to
that
not-
there was a land for people who are out of land. That was never true. The Canaanites, they predate Moses.
Yep.
So there was always people, just like here, the Native Americans were here. But the only thing is, the only difference,
People get kicked out of the land.
the only,
that's
yes,
what
the
happens.
only difference, this is the ring I wear, my wedding ring. I've been married 32 years. Yeah, 32 years to a woman of color. But the only difference between what's happening in Israel and what happened here is a few hundred years, more than that, probably a little more than that. And like I was saying before about the slave, and I would think I would be an abolitionist. But the thing is,
So again, like we going back to the days before the Europeans came here, and it was all belonged to the native
Right.
tribes. Everything was peaceful and happy.
well, not really.
Not really. Right,
Not really, because
there's a lot of
I've
money
studied that
themselves.
too. That's why I wear the
So
Navajo
let's say we
ring.
go back to before modern Zionism.
Okay.
What year did modern Zionism start?
Well, modern times, I guess I'd go back to 1897.
So let's say we go
whatever.
back to 1896. Okay? And we take your approach, which is the people who live there should run the show. Would you agree with that?
But here,
No, wherever it is. You go back in Israel.
yeah.
1896.
Well,
before
if you
modern
want to,
Zionism.
yes, before
People live there on the show.
before they took over to
And
Palestine.
then we divide the land. So if there's a lot of Jews living here, a lot of Arabs living here, a lot of Muslims living here, you can have 4 separate states. So you would support that.
Perhaps.
It's
There's
good thing you
people.
said good thing you
There's
said
people that
perhaps.
are much more intelligent than I
It's
am
good thing you said.
that they could
I'd
do
also
that.
like to
Good
say
thing,
that
good thing you said perhaps
very
because
hard
in
to-
Right.
but before modern Zionism, you know the biggest group in Jerusalem was.
Well, 30% actually.
The biggest group in Jerusalem
Was-
the plurality were Jews.
No, was Jewish people represented all total. I'd say by 1928 we could go back
Not
to
just Jerusalem. This is
right.
this is the Al-Aqsa flood, right? They're all about Jerusalem. If by your rules, Jerusalem should be given to the Jews. By your rules, not by mine.
No,
Because we go back to 1890.
They were still in a minority.
Modern Zionism.
they were only 30%
they were
of
plurality.
Jerusalem.
They were plurality, meaning the biggest group was Jews. There were also a group of Muslims and Christians. You know where else there was a plurality of Jews? Baghdad. Baghdad. Now,
Yes.
How many Jews can you find in
Yes.
Baghdad? these
And
days?
look what happened
How
after the
many-
Sykes-Picot Agreement
how
and
many-
everything.
That's how many Jews can you find in Baghdad?
Why is there an Iraq? There wasn't even an Iraq before that.
But
Before
how many-
World War,
How many
they
Jews
had to
can you
get
find
rid
in
of the
Baghdad
Ottoman
now?
Empire.
About zero.
You're right.
About zero. About
Right?
about
Thank
zero,
you,
about
man.
zero.
God bless. I know. It's a genocide.
I'm also just
So
noticing
you and I have something in
that-
common. She has something in common. We all have something in common, which is we all want peace. You know,
Right.
And we all think that picture is supposed to show disgust.
Yes.
Right? It's
Well, it
obviously
says a lot.
It's obviously it does say a lot. But you know what it also says? Of
The
course, it's-
genocide, Joe.
It's Photoshop in order to it's a representative,
Of
right?
course, they're
But let's say-
they're cartoon characters.
Right. Take a look at this bloody hands picture. You ever seen it?
No.
Okay. That is not Photoshop. That's real.
Okay. And whose blood is that?
It's Jewish blood.
Jewish blood.
Yeah. On the hands of an Arab. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And-
It was you lynched him, and then proclaimed.
Here, put it so I can
I'm
take
sorry.
a picture of it.
Okay. This is from NPR's website, and then he proclaimed very proudly, "Look,
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I could
killed him."
make that out, but
And that's the basis of their bloody hands thing.
Mm-hmm.
The bloody hands is this. And this guy was arrested, and then he was freed. You know what? He was freed. He was sent back to prison.
it was free.
Freed. And you know what happens when these guys are freed? They become peaceful like you and me. They pick it up again. Sinwar was freed. Sinwar had brain surgery, life-saving brain surgery. And he told the doctor, when I recover, we're going to come back. We're going to get you.
Right, and I
And he killed the doctor's nephew.
But like-
so you and I have something in common. The only one
except
who
that
doesn't fit in the
I think
conversation
that they're
is
freedom
Hamas.
fighters.
So
You think they're
where's your
terrorists.
sign saying that of course all this has to happen, but of course immediately Hamas should return the hostage. Then we can talk. Where's that sign?
If you
It's not there.
What? So you don't. So this is something you agree with, and
But
I
no,
agree
what
with.
I but
We
what
all agree that
you agree
Hamas
with
is
me that
revolting.
they're freedom fighters, Hamas, and Hezbollah.
Wait a second. You don't even think that.
I do.
You,
I definitely do.
Well,
Well, so then, okay. You said you
So does
agree with
Candace Owens.
what Hamas
You believe Hamas is freedom fighters.
Yes, I do.
So that means their end goal is two states.
Yeah. If two state, but I believe in a one state
Is their
solution.
end goal 2 states?
I believe in one state. But that's what I believe.
Yeah.
But there's
What would happen to the Jews in one state solution? Would it be like Baghdad, where there'd be none of them?
no.
I knew Jews from
Hopefully,
Afghanistan
whatever
where there-
happened in
where there are
Africa.
where there are none of them. I know Jews from Afghanistan that had to flee. there. None of them there. Baghdad, none of them there. You know, you see the pattern? Wherever the Muslims taken over, Jews who are not Zionists.
Well, you know
just
about the
wanna live-
Levant
and just wanna-
affair,
and
right?
just want to live there. they all
People
have
look
to
up the
flee.
Levant affair.
They all have to flee.
Obviously, you don't know about the Levant affair.
Yes, that in some cases the Jews tried to spark the exodus by triggering things.
It's actually
and
more
that's
cases.
debatable, but it didn't happen every.
Do you know, just for my
Yeah.
people that
You're
are
telling me
following
that,
me,
so according to this theory,
you know who Miko Peled is,
so
right?
according to your theory here is that the Muslims happily host Jews in the Middle East, except where the
At
where
one
the Jews
point,
themselves
it was
have
like
sparked
that.
it.
It was a shared thing. If you look at there's
sure
a
it
good
was-
documentary called Occupation 101. It's old, but it does go back to when the Jews, Muslims, and Christians did live in harmony.
Okay, well,
This way,
sure.
and then you
know
have
where
to go
else?
back to at least 1928.
Yeah, they lived in harmony, sort of the way the blacks in
Well,
the South.
so sort of what we do here in the
The
United
blacks,
States.
no, it's the way the blacks in the South lived in harmony.
Yes, and they were freed. Thank God.
No,
And you know
I'm
about
talking Jim
you
Crow,
know
the
about
blacks in
the
the South
Nat
lived in
Turner Rebellion.
1831.
But
I'm not sure
Nat
I'm on
Turner
that
Rebellion, you know who Norman Finkelstein is, right?
I had the privilege of hearing him. He
Yes.
is. I can't.
Oh, so you're pretty
I'll tell
liberal.
you why I can't hate him. Because he believes, like so many Jews, that we have to think never again. Now, never again is a very helpless thought because it seems
Right.
like wherever we come, that people want to kill us. In every generation, even if you're Passover Seder, in every generation they rise up to kill us. Well, he has a theory that says we can stop the hatred. How do we stop the hatred? Well, if we just blame ourselves, then it's our fault. So Norman Finkelstein has taken this idea that it's our fault, and if we just change our behavior, then we won't be hated when we won't be killed.
Right, I think that's
why I cannot hate Norman Finkelstein.
think
Many
that's
other
an
people
Italian.
do. Many people feel he's exploited his parents' Holocaust
Right.
suffering for an idea that is revolting.
Well, he wrote
But-
that book, The Holocaust
yeah,
Industry.
but more importantly, Norman Finkelstein is incorrect. We cannot stop other people from hating us just by being nice. Israel tried
Right,
that.
but
Israel
maybe
tried that, and
yeah,
perhaps you
well,
read the
genocide
book, The
isn't
Oslo
very
Solution.
nice.
The Os-
Not that I.
If you're
You
saying
familiar with the Stockholm
genocide,
syndrome?
what do you call genocide?
Or
by how many people have died?
if you don't want to use that word, you could use mass murder.
Okay.
Oh, mass
No, I
murder.
like the word genocide. You know why?
Would you like
Because,
to search up how many people have died in this genocide?
Yes.
I'd like to
Search it
chat,
together.
but we got it right.
All right.
So now you
Let's search
have
it
that,
together.
that
How many
All right,
people
shalom.
have died
NPR's
in
website?
the Israel-Gaza genocide?
Read the guy.
Look,
Right?
I've heard
The Jews
I
read
heard
this guy and send him home.
argument from the other side a lot because actually they control the narrative. Look, I'm standing out
Hamas
here.
isn't making arguments.
I catch a lot of
Hamas isn't
flack.
making arguments. They're just
But
not.
Hamas doesn't influence me. I've been this way for at least 20 years. So I get no,
But
I
don't-
have no
I
affiliation
don't hear
with
you being able
anyone.
to say, of course Hamas is revolting, and
But
you don't support them either.
I don't say that.
If you're calling it,
I won't be
genocide-
kowtowed into saying that.
Wait a
I
second.
believe they're freedom
You're a
fighters.
free speaker.
Yes.
You're not being kowtowed. No one forced you to be here, right?
No, not at
So any
all.
signs you have, no one's forcing you to
Right.
do.
There's no.
So if you
I
had
get
a-
paid nothing. As a
if
matter
you
of
had
fact,
a
I lose
Hamas
money for
sign,
being.
that wouldn't be kowtowing.
No, kowtowing is
Bowing
browbeating me into trying to say, oh, what happened on October 7th is horrible, which it is.
Okay, so
So,
you add a sign.
but I
We'll
still
add a sign.
believe-
Okay, I gotta take them along.
All
Add a
right,
sign and
take
we'll let
care.
I'll be there in 30 seconds. So I searched it up. It says at least 41,100
Right.
in 18, and that's based off Gaza's numbers.
On your way home, just look up the Lancet report
I understand. It's obviously going to be
because
different
if
numbers.
when you extrapolate 41,000, they get 186,000.
There's not
But
186,000
but
living in Gaza,
we should really one death is too much.
obviously.
Right, and one death on October 7th was too much. But look what's happening now because of October 7th.
People look at October
Read-
7th and think that that's the only thing that happens to the Jews. It happened all the time before that you see in the newspaper.
I can see
3
you're a
people,
bright
4 people
young
got
man
killed.
and you have a lot of feeling. All I can say to you is there's a book called The General's Son by Miko Peled. He's just read it. It's Jewish. He was an Israeli. I would just read it. That's all.
I understand, but it's also...
Miko Peled, The General's Son.
And what my dad was saying before is that, like, if you free somebody from jail, it's not going to help them be less violent. There was a story once about somebody who had a glass door shatter all over them. There were glass stones all over the
I
body, in their
understand your
eyes.
perspective. You don't have to, because I've heard your perspective a lot. And look who I am. I'm a guy here, 70 years old, just standing here with a bunch of signs, always getting confronted. And do you know I got death threats?
That's not okay.
That's not okay.
You get death.
In
death
America,
threatened by the
when
church.
my father fought for a right for me to stand here, but I get death threats in the United States of America. This is not the United States of Israel, it's the United States of
I
America.
understand, but
And
when
look
you
at
go
from
to
my
get-
perspective.
yeah, I see from your perspective. I've heard a lot on the internet from people who support Gaza's perspective.
Right, and we're not mainstream, and my view is not mainstream.
Can I ask that by the people that you've gotten death threats by, were they wearing a kippah or no? I can assure you they
They
were.
were holding an Israeli flag.
I don't
doesn't
like
matter.
conversation. I don't like videoing without someone's permission.
But it's in public. You're allowed to do that. Just because unless you have
But
an
what's
egg,
it for? What are you going
No,
to do
if
with
I'm-
it?
it's a live stream.
If I'm going up there,
A live stream on what?
My channel. That's all.
What's your channel?
My channel is my
she's
channel.
asking
What
what
is it?
platform it's on.
What channel is your channel?
Nikki D.
Nikki D?
Yeah, I've got to go. It's been
Okay.
nice.
Well, it's been a pleasure
I'd
talking.
appreciate if you could look a little bit more into Israel's side.
Okay, and
And
believe me,
next time
all my life I heard of Israel. So.
next time you get a death threat, look to see if they have a kippah.
Yeah, well, they had keepers. They have a lot of
I
things.
can assure you that you have
But
never gotten a death threat.
they were from
I
Israel.
promise you that.
The people were from Israel.
There's one side of evil and there's one side of
Right.
good. It's
This
clear.
Well, you know that
Very-
a lot of people are being displaced from the West Bank. A lot of settlers.
I don't know. I know there's a lot of terrorism in the West Bank right now.
Yeah, of course,
There's Muslims that live
because it's occupied territory. But anyway,
There's no apartheid
it was
there.
good.
The Jews
It was
have
good to
included
talk with
Arabs
you
in
guys.
the
I know your husband is ready to go.
All right, I'll see you.
All right,
Thanks again.
all right. Take
And by
care.
the way, when you
Shalom.
see the Jew side, it's
I'll look at the Jewish side.
Okay, see you. Have a good day.
All right. Take care.
Appreciate talking.
All right. Bye. Well, I'll tell you, having this live stream is unbelievable. "39 minutes passed already. I can't see if anybody's making comments or anything. I don't know why. This is only my third live stream. But it was a good one though, as far as encounters. But that was nice. I mean, we were talking, and they were civil, and they didn't threaten me or anything, so that's good. But yeah. But this is the day in the life of an average Joe named Nick. Not affiliated with anyone. I don't get paid from anyone. I do this out of the goodness of my heart, and it's a labor of love. Who wants to see genocide? And if you don't like that word, you could use mass murder. But yeah, the reasons why I stand really is because war is a horrible, horrible thing. That's it. War is not the answer. And that sign is from 2003, I believe. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I've been doing this a while. But I used to stand with a lot of liberals in Nanuet, progressives, communism. I mean, I get along with everybody. So, and I get along with people on the right, left. I don't know, I think we could find common ground. But here we are, Piermont, New York. Beautiful Sunday. Yeah, I can't believe that much time went by. Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
All right. Free Palestine. Yeah, the bloody hands. You're the opposite. Okay. Kill more. I had a guy say to me the other day, he looked at the hands and he goes, there's not enough blood. He said we should kill them all. I guess, I don't know. He said he was Italian. Very funny. I think his name was Anthony. Yeah, beautiful day, matter of fact. How you doing? Free Palestine. No more mass murder. See this? That, I don't know if you can see that. That's poison ivy. I get that. You gotta watch. I don't touch it. How you doing? Free Palestine? Or kill more?
Killed first.
They killed first. You got to go back to 1897, October 7th. Why drop the plumb bet? Why? The Bible. Oh my God. Yeah, I guess she's a Christian Zionist. Yeah, no, me, I'm a non-Zionist. All right. Funny, I don't know who's on, who's not. Maybe there isn't anybody. Yeah, what happens when I turn the camera this way? Oh, it's locked. Rotate device back. Okay. I'll figure this stuff out one day. I'm like a Luddite. How you guys doing? Free Palestine. Now let's see if that unlocks it. Nope. So, anybody, can you hear me? Is it coming out clear? Is it coming out clear? All right, well, I think that'll be it for now. I mean, you got a taste of what I go through. But the live stream does protect you. All right, so I'll just say, hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you? Good to see you.
All right, yeah, live streaming today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, boy, I got a couple good encounters too.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Like last time.
Yes,
Remember where we
yes, yeah. That time I didn't really videotape it, just the end of it.
Right, yeah, no, it's you one.
Yeah, all right. Have a great day.
Take care, you too.
Thank you. But yeah, I got friends here. I mean, there's plenty of people that non-Zionist or don't like seeing what's happening, and yeah, but a lot of people are afraid. They're afraid of doxing. They're afraid of losing their jobs. You heard that, you know. So yeah, the power. You don't realize the power of Zionism until you go up against it. My friend Rudy Dent, the fireman that was a 9/11 truther, we used to say that all the time. You just don't know, because we tried to book, showing films in libraries and churches and bars. It didn't matter where. Once the community got a hold of that we were doing that and why we were doing it, back then the day it was 9/11 truth, and yeah, they would shut it down. And like, if you go along just to get along, you don't question the narrative, well, you're never gonna know. You're not gonna know anything. It's just like with COVID. If you don't look into any alternative things, or why, or digital dystopias, cashless societies, credit scores. Well, if you don't look into that, and you just go along to get along. You know, that's it. No, you don't know anything. You just went along to get along, and that's it. You don't feel the power of the state or the Zionism, nothing. Well, anyway, we'll leave it there for now. Maybe we'll open it up again. But it's been pretty good.